Assalamu alaikum and what's up everyone? Welcome back to another vlog. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Hollyland Mars 300 Pro. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, the Mars 300 Pro. Honestly, I was really excited about it for a couple of reasons. First, transmitters and receivers is something that we use as a production company every single time, whether it be for having a director's monitor or where the client is actually looking at the monitor. We use it for transmitters, for where we have we use it for focus pulling. So if we have a focus puller there. So there's a lot of things that we use the transmitters for. For focus pulling, because we are a production company and we use big heavy cameras, we usually tend to lean towards the Cosmos series because the latency is pretty much zero. Now the latency on the Hollyland 300, 400, and 300 Pro series are pretty good. We're gonna get into the specs on it. Now there are a couple of cool features that really got me excited about it, which I'm gonna talk to you about right now. Okay, let's see what comes in the box. So what do we got here? We got the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced. Okay, in the box, immediately as soon as you open it up, nice look, nice finish, nice build. All right, let's start with the receiver. Immediately, you have two HDMI cables, which we'll talk about, USB-C plug, and this is the battery slot, menu buttons, and power button with the OLED screen. This is the receiver again with the OLED screen. Pretty cool. All right, what else we got? USB-C cable. Now, this is USB to USB-C. This is power cable. Good to have. Cold shoe mounts. Okay, screws. This usually comes with them. Very handy, very good to have. Next thing you have is the transmitter. Same thing, quarter 20 mount, MPF battery. All right, you have the two caps, which I'm gonna remove for you for the antennas right now. Same HDMI setup, same USB-C setup as the receiver. And we have 3 antennas. So basically, they'll give you an extra antenna. Here's 2 antennas that you have here, which we're gonna mount for you right now, just to get it going. All right, so we got the 2 antennas mounted, and you got the bracket here for the cold shoe screw, which goes in right over here, and then making things happen. You screw this right onto the body and you're good to go. This is everything that comes in the box. Okay, so let's start with the transmitter. Now, transmitter, this is the enhanced version. So the enhanced version, you get the antennas. The antenna's external, just for that extra reach. The regular version has the built-in antennas. So this one has the external antennas. All right, device weighs 130 grams. It travels over 5 gigahertz wireless, and it transmits 1080 60 FPS. Okay, for power, it uses USB-C and NPF batteries. Now you get some pretty good life with the batteries. On the receiver, you get about 4 hours. On the transmitter, you get a little over 2 hours. So depending on how you're using it, it's pretty good. It will last, let's just say it will last you an entire shoot on one battery for the most part. The transmitter pulls 11 watts. The receiver pulls 4 watts, which is perfect for a director's monitor. All right, let's talk about latency, which in all honesty is the most important thing when it comes to transmitters for me, transmitters and receivers. Because we're full-on production, we take these things really serious, especially if we're pulling focus. Now again, we use the Cosmos series heavily when we're shooting cinema stuff and we're shooting full-on client commercials because of focus pulling. But when we have a client or director's monitor, sometimes these are perfect for me right here. They're small, compact, they're out of the way, they're lightweight, and latency is not too bad. So on the Mars Pro, Mars 300 Pro, latency is 0.08. Now on the Mars 400, it's 0.07, which is pretty good. And the best one, oddly enough, is the Mars X, which is a transmitter only, but it's pretty cool because there is 0.01, if I'm not mistaken, or 0.2 latency through our testing, which is pretty good. So it's almost no latency on the Mars X. All right, so 0.08 is perfect for a client. It's perfect for director, checking, reviewing. For focus pulling, you're right on the border right there. It's just, probably you want to get a step higher. Another cool feature is channel scanning. So you could actually scan, if you have multiple devices and you're going between transmitter and you're on set, it really helps to have a channel scanner. So the channel scanner is built into the app and into the receiver. One really cool feature that they added was the OLED screen on the side that you see right here. Now, why is this a cool feature? Well, on the 400, which is still a very good unit, the screen is right on the front. Now, you would think that makes sense, but in most cases, we have to stand this up to be able to see it. Now, what we like to do is we like to use the bezels that it comes with, and we screw them on, and then we lay them through the cold shoe, hot shoe, or whatever other attachments that are down. Now, if you lay them face down, like we used to do on the 400 over here, laying it face down, you can no longer see the screen. The screen is blocked off. But on this bad boy, you just look at the side. So you control the menu from the side. So you turn it on and you roll through the options using the side OLED screen. This is a huge benefit, especially if you're working in a very tight area and you have everything compact together on your cage and you need to look at the screen. You don't have access to it anymore and you can't fiddle with it because you're in the middle of shooting. Now you have it on the side, you can see the channel, you can see everything that you have right there. This is a big, big plus. Another big plus, you can adjust the fan manually. Now, why is that important? When you're filming on set, sometimes you need, well, most of the time, you need everything to be 100% quiet. So even a little fan can sometimes play the part of getting in the way. So you need to turn down the fan. Now, instead of having the fan be in auto, you can actually turn down the fan manually in case it's getting in the way of your sound. And that's pretty cool. This is where for me, it takes it to pro level. So the receiver is really light with built-in antennas. So this, having the receiver being this light is really good because sometimes you're hand holding the monitors. They're not always sitting on brackets, so sometimes the monitor is in your hands and you don't want to walk around with a heavy monitor, heavy battery, and a heavy transmitter. So having a lightweight setup like this is really good and it's pretty compact. So as you can see, everything is just pancaked in there and it works out pretty good. There is a 1/4 mount on the bottom, but again, I like to use the mounts that go into the bezels that link up to hook it up to the cold shoe. So you can actually stand it upright or you can lay it down. We'll give you close-up shots of these right now. And you can connect it any way you want. This makes it a lot more versatile. So depending on the cage system you're using or the director's monitor's cage or whatever you're using with the monitor, it really helps having it in there. As you can see, it's pretty compact, pretty small. All right, so now we were able to use and test out the Hollyland 300 Pro at a recent event that we were at. Now we had a couple of cameramen, but we decided to link up one of the camera guys with the 300 Pro, and we had another guy monitoring the event from up top, as you'll see on your screen right now. So we had one guy monitoring, and it's a very large studio, open space, but we were able to capture the event while the other guy was on the microphone or on the headset telling him what to capture, where to go, what to do. We were able to use this in an open space. There was no interference. However, in the studio, there was 2 separate studio warehouses. So he was able to go to the other side. There are barriers in between. There's a wall and there's metal. We were still able to capture good footage with no interference. Again, latency wasn't an issue here because there was no focus puller. We were using our cameras, and it was just for viewing, capturing, and communicating. So again, the guy behind the monitor was saying, go to this room, capture that, go to the other room and capture the other thing. And it worked out perfect, as you can see on your screen right now. So it was a great event, and it was a great success using it and testing it there. Perfect opportunity to use it in a real world event. Another cool thing we were able to do at the event is we said, hey, you know what? Let's link it up to the projector. So we had a huge crowd that needed to watch part of what was going on the projector. So we had one linked up to the camera and the other linked up to the projector, and we were able to transmit and get the video feed through the projector, and it was great. These are things that came in really handy. Again, this is what transmitters and receivers really help us out with at an actual production shoot, event, or whatever else we're doing. Okay, so in conclusion, do I recommend the Hollyland 300 Pro? I definitely do. I don't recommend it for focus pulling because latency 0.08, even though it's barely any latency, for focus pulling could be a little bit of a challenge. However, I do recommend it as a director's monitor, as a client's monitor, as an additional monitor. It's very small, compact. This is the enhanced version, so it gives us that extra reach with the antenna. The antenna is on the transmitter, not the receiver. The receiver is even more compact because the antennas are built in. So the transmitter could be with the cameraman while he's going around taking his shots. The receiver on the monitor, built-in antenna, very small, compact. That's gonna do it, guys. If you have any questions about the Hollyland 300 Pro, please leave them in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching. And guys, if you like these types of videos, give me a subscribe, give me a like, it really helps. Maybe turn on the bell if you want to see more of these coming up your way. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me right now. Thanks again, and I'll put all the specs in the description section down below. Catch you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.